All right, last new piece for this section. A polygon is circumscribed. Remember, circumscribed means that it's on the outside. So the polygon is outside of the circle is stuck on the inside. So a polygon is circumscribed about a circle if every side of the polygon is tangent to the circle. And if it's tangent, let's see, we have T going to A as well as going to B. So remember, these are going to connect to the radius at right angles. And when they do that, these two pieces are congruent. But also, U connects to B and U connects to C. So these pieces also make right angles and are congruent to each other. And then we also have S connecting A and D to the circle. So those are also tangent. And so SA and SD are congruent. And then we have R connecting C and D to the circle, making right angles. So these are congruent. Now, what's special about this one is that it gives us some information. I have X at TA, and TA is going to be congruent to TB, so that is also X. I have UC, which is an X, and that is congruent to UB, which is also X. Since all four of those are represented by X, yes, they are all congruent to each other, but that isn't always going to happen with polygons. So just keep in mind the two that intersect outside the circle. So like U, where those two intersect, those two pieces are always congruent. It's not going to be true every time that the two that are touching at the point of tangency, so like UB and BT, these two are not always going to be congruent. So you have to be very careful with that. And then we see down here, AS is 3, which means SD is also 3 because those have to be congruent. And DR is 3, so CR has to be 3. So now I'm going to solve my problem. It says find X, given that the polygon is circumscribed about the circle. The perimeter of the polygon is 18 units. So the perimeter means I'm going to add all my pieces together and set it equal to 18. So I'm going to go through and count how many X's I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 X's. So 4 times X plus 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 3s. And that's all going to be equal to 18. So 4x plus 12 equals 18. 4x is equal to 6. Divide by 4, divide by 4. I'm going to simplify that, and I get 2 over 3, or 1.5 units. Remember, it gave me my units, even if it's just the word units, so I have to use it. Okay, let's look at another example. This one has a triangle, so a different type of polygon. It says we need to find KN, X, and the perimeter of the triangle. So we have several points of tangency. We have KM and KN. So these two are congruent. This is also 7. Right angles, right angles. And we have LN and LO. These two are congruent to each other. And then lastly, we have MJ and JO. So these two are congruent to each other. So this is 12. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is solve for x. The two segments that have x in it are congruent to each other, so I can just do x plus 3 is equal to 4x minus 9. You do your math and you get 12 equals 3x. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Then I'm going to solve for ln. So ln is equal to 4 plus 3, which is 7. So yes, is this drawn to scale? Absolutely not. None of your problems are ever really drawn to scale, guys. You're just going to have to deal with it. So ln is 7. So that makes LO 7. So if I'm solving for the perimeter, I'm going to take all my pieces. I have 2 times 7 plus 2 times 12 plus another 2 times 7. Yes, I could have done 4 plus 7. I know, guys. Just showing you all the steps. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 24 plus 14. And we add it together and get 52 as our perimeter.